Slash Malinore. Good morning, friends. Welcome back. You've joined Fix You, Blood Elf Priest, level 21 currently. In this series, we're using the looking for group function to level up and grouping up with 4 other people to complete random classic dungeons. So without further ado, I'm gonna use the classic dungeon finder, see if we can get ourselves a group. And I'll see you when the dungeon finder's ready. Okay, here we are in the Mists of Pandaria Scarlet Monastery, or Scarlet Halls. It's actually a classic dungeon, but it was upgraded in the Mists of Pandaria. We've got ourselves a monk tank for a change, which is nice to see. What else have we got? Warrior, monk for damage, and also a warlock as well. So Darji is the warrior. Sorry, is the monk tank. Let's see how Darji goes. So I'm going to pop a renew on Darji. Taking quite high damage at the moment. One of the things with tanks that you hope is they know how to use their damage mitigation skills. We'll see. I'm going to get behind someone. We have to walk our way down this courtyard without getting hit by the flames. Now I'm healing them rapidly. I think someone's standing in the fire. That went pretty well. It can get a bit ugly if you're not paying attention. Coming up to our first boss, famous Hound Master. That's him standing in the middle of the courtyard there. So I'll try and keep the tank alive with the heal spell initially. And I'll put a renew on the other team members. With the warlock taking a lot of damage on, it's because he's getting attacked by the dogs. The tank should ideally take the aggression away from the warlock. Tank seems to be using that whirling crane spell quite a lot, not sure why. Okay. I just copped a lot of damage there for some reason. Beastbinder ring. I don't know why the tank would do that. Okay. Not a bad tank so far, all things given. Monk's job is to gather up the enemies and take all their aggression so no one else has to suffer damage, basically. That's the ideal. Doesn't always work like that. Monks are a bit like demon hunters in dungeons. They can go a bit too fast if they don't watch themselves. And no one can keep up because they've got such good mobility. So I'm just trying to use the generic heal spell with these guys, if I can. Okay. Now, one of the challenges in this dungeon is knowing where to stand. The boss does a spinning, whirling move, goes all around the place. It also calls for additional people to join the fight. Here he goes, he's about to cast a very, very annoying spell. As you can see, they weren't fast enough. They got affected by... Yikes, I got caught up in it too just then. So now I have to help with the DPS. Gonna heal the tank up. Gotta heal myself up as well. Now the tank is dead. Everyone's dead. And I'll be dead too. So we've all died. Release spirit. Basically, they all died because of that one spell. So they need to learn to avoid the boss when he does the spinning Blades of Light spell. It's actually not that hard. They're asking in the chat if I can dispel. I cannot. So we'll just take care of this pack of mobs here. Okay, let's try this again. So it's the Blades of Light spell that they've got to learn to avoid. That's when the boss decides to do that crazy spinning motion. You get a warning as well. That's good, the warrior picked up the ads, which is excellent. So there's the boss down there. And he's about to do the Blades of Light spell. So there he's spinning around. It's going to come up here. There we go. And then you pop yourself back up on this ledge. Oh, pick me up. Okay, wasn't too bad there. He sort of picks you up if you're a bit too close. Okay, and we are done. Some scarlet sandals as a reward. I think that might be a little bit of an upgrade. Yep, it is indeed. That's nice. Put those on. Okay. Continuing on. I quite like this dungeon actually. Dargie's doing a pretty good job, I think, using her damage mitigation skills, if I'm not mistaken. You can tell when the tank's doing that because they're not getting this spike of massive damage really easily. Oops, I've been stunned. It's a big stun there. And the tank's not over pulling either, which is another good thing. DPS are killing the right mobs quickly, also very good. This guy can be a little bit tricky if you don't know where to stand. He casts this burning spell and you've got to know to stand behind him. So there's the boss in the center, and in a moment he's going to jump in the middle and he's like a clock. Here you go. Sort of stand behind him when he does the book burning. Okay, here he goes. We all run around him. It's quite funny actually. Took some big damage there for some reason. Okay, I've gone up to level 22. And that's the end of the dungeon. It's kind of short and sweet. And we hand in the quest here. I've got this new ability, Mind Vision. I'll put it over here. let's hand in the quests. And we are done. Okay. Let's have a look at our loot. Hand wraps, got some gloves. I think I keep getting gloves, so these ones are level 24. These are level 28. So I'll put those on. I think that ring is an upgrade as well. Oh, actually it's about the same. Okay, there's the warrior. Get a noob, I think warrior's called. Interesting name. So here I am by myself in the dungeon, and I might just pause the video and we'll run another dungeon. So we're queued once again. Just going to get onto my Traveller's Tundra mount, repair, and just sell some junk from my bags. Okay, I'm going to dismount. And just wait here, see how the dungeon finder's progressing. Nothing yet, but it shouldn't be too long. Okay, we have another classic dungeon to go through. Looks like we're hitting Black Rock depths. No, it's actually Lower Black Rock spires. It's going to be a bit of a big dungeon, so plenty to do here. Got a paladin tank called Slam the Cow. Hopefully got a good tank. See how we go. Interesting transmog on their back, like a backpack. We've got a hunter, sorry, a mage, and Sleepy Fists, a monk. It's the green one at the bottom. Oops. Can't heal around corners. Taking quite a lot of damage. I'm not sure why. Maybe the mobs are hitting quite hard. Try and loot as we go along. Try and dispel as well from the tank, if possible. Paladin tanks are usually excellent at self-healing as well. It's very unusual for a paladin tank to die if the healer isn't paying attention, because they usually just self-heal. One of my favourite classes, I think, is the paladin. So the idea of this dungeon is you're just kind of working your way through. It's like a fortress in a way, full of enemies, obviously. Taking down the bosses as you go. Yeah, it's quite a big pull. Hopefully I can keep the tank alive. The good thing about this tank is that none of the DPS are taking damage, which is excellent. That's either good tanking or very good DPS awareness, or both. This is quite a big dungeon. I think they've shortened it somewhat in the modern game. In the old days it would probably take a couple of hours or so. So the tank's pulling and running all the way through. At some point they've got to stop. Pulling all these ogres at the same time. Hunter taking a bit of damage there for some reason. Not sure what's... Needs to really heal that tank quite fast now. I'll use Flash Heal. It's not my favourite spell, but the damage is coming thick and fast. It's a very, very big pull maybe. Same again. Not such a big pull this time. I'll use the normal heal spell. I'm just trying to stand at the back of the group. So this is the first boss. Troll boss. Oh, not a troll, sorry. A ogre boss, I should say. Need to flash heal, keep the tank alive. Taking a lot of damage. Bubble the tank. Slam the cow. What's his name? I'm just literally spamming flash heal on the tank. That's how much damage he's taking. I don't like having to heal like that. Not sure why he's taking so much damage. I've actually used quite a lot of mana. Although I must admit, my mana regen is pretty incredible. And this boss has still got lots of health. But at least... Oops, I'm self-healing there for some reason. At least all those ads have gone. I'll stand near the mage. Flash heal. I've got some new leggings which I haven't had before. Good for my transmogs. Look how fast my mana regens without even drinking. That's incredible. It's definitely a feature of the modern game. So now we head to a different kind of part of the dungeon. This is where the orcs are. You've got to watch the tank because there's lots of corridors down here. Easily lose sight of the tank if they're not paying attention. A good tank will try and keep inside of the healer. Seem to have attracted some other mobs here for some reason. Casting self-heal there. Let's come into this little room. I think some of these mobs here can turn me into a frog, if I'm not mistaken. There's an axe thrower here who's... Oh, look, see the tank's a frog. I've got to dispel that very quickly. Tank's a frog again. Mage is taking a lot of damage. Force the mage to use ice block. Some of these mobs run away and pull other mobs as well. You need to be a bit careful about that. Oops, skipping a boss here. Not sure why. Okay. These mobs here, you gotta be careful because they can turn you into a frog. And if you're a frog, you can't heal. Okay. Took a lot of damage there. Polymorphed. Okay, so I'm a frog right now. Can't heal when you're a frog. I find it quite funny. I'm sure the group doesn't find it as funny as I do. Back to being a frog again. Heal up the tank super fast if possible. Gotta race against time here. I'm a frog again. Nope. Can't heal if you're a frog. Okay, so that was bad tanking. You've got to understand that you've got to deal with I think it's the priestesses or the, what are they called? Witch doctors who keep turning you into a frog. There's War Rush. In that situation, I would suggest that was an overpull by the tank. There's no need to pull the entire room at once. And the DPS have to figure out which mobs are casting the hex that turns me into a frog. So we're running back now. Try that again. Not sure where the tank's going. Hunter seems to have pulled some mobs. Not sure why he died. We'll finish this trash mob off here to give the hunter some time to come back. Let's see. One of those, maybe it's the priest, maybe it's the mystic. Okay, looks like we're gonna cleverly pull only some of the room. That's a better approach by the tank. Not sure why that monk is taking so much damage though. I'm going to try and stand well back to avoid being turned into a frog if possible. Okay. Now So I'll try and dispel the frog spell on the tank if possible. There's a curse as well on the tank. Curse of blood increases the damage they take. I can't remove curses, unfortunately. This is working way better than the last fight. You just have to have a bit more patience, I think, in this room, not try and pull the entire room. I love how the trolls have taken over the dungeon, put their masks on the wall. It's quite funny. I think if you stand well back, you don't get turned into a frog. I think it must have some casting range on it. Shadow Hunter Vosh Gajin. Done. Keeping up. Once again, not sure why he's pulling the room like this. Not my recommendation. Spamming flash heal on the tank to keep him alive. Okay. Another boss here. I'm going to come inside this room. Use fade. Okay, this is the boss, I think, Smolderthorn Berserker. Or maybe it's not. No, it's not the boss. Made a mistake there. Boss is around the corner here. Oops. Slam the cow. It's getting slammed by the boss. Need to dispel. Yikes. Got pulled into the room there somehow. Desperate prayer. I don't know, the entire dungeon got pulled then. That was a bit strange. Not sure what happened. As the group chat is saying, looks like the entire dungeon just got pulled. It's very strange indeed. I don't know why that happened. The group was expressing their surprise then. boss again. Not sure where the hunter is. Maybe the hunter's just lying down here waiting for a resurrection. Okay, I'll resurrect the hunter. Monk can resurrect as well. Okay, let's try that fight again. So in theory, you're only fighting one person, not the entire dungeon. So we're not sure what happened. War Master, Wound, Flash Heal, spamming heal on the tank. As long as the tank's the only one taking damage, it's a lot easier for me. I figured out the reason I keep taking damage is because Shadow Word Death, this spell here, damages me as well. Not sure where we're going. Just following the tank now. Maybe he's doing a shortcut. I see, he just wanted to jump down. There's better places to jump down than here, but anyway, we'll trust the tank's judgment on this. Tank's moving a little bit far ahead of me. Gotta heal through this big group here. It's quite a big pool. Basically went the wrong way. That's why I was wondering what the tank was doing. Oh, there's a mob I can loot. Got some rune cloth there. Okay, need to flash heal. It's going to be hard here. I think they've overpulled. Spamming flash heal to keep the tank alive. It's not ideal. As you can see, I'm taking damage too, so I use Fade. This is quite a hard room for any tank to gather up the mobs because there's a lot of casters, so they just stand their ground and cast. Got to keep the tank in my eye line. Got to fade. Got to get out of the eye line of those casters. I'm spamming, as you can probably hear on the keyboard, flash heal. That was a bit of an overpull, in my opinion. Okay. It's a bit more manageable. It's incredible how mana efficient I am actually. Quickly drinking. Just a quick drink. Keep up with the tank. Dispel that, whatever that is. Monk taking a lot of damage for some reason. Slam the cow. Spider boss up here. Yeah, here it comes. Mother Smolder Web. The spider boss. They cast a stun spell on the tank. Sleepy Fists is still taking too much damage for some reason. I need to use my Fate spell. Pet spider there. I think I've already got that pet spider. And on we go. This is the last of the spiders. Got to catch up with the tank. It's kind of gone ahead. This is the ogres up here. Healing up, using my Fade spell to reduce aggro or threat, I should say. Just trying to use my more conservative heal spell. I'm casting Renew quite a lot. Okay, I'm going to position myself just back here for this fight. No, maybe not. Maybe over here. Putting slowing effects on us. Jax taking a bit of damage there for some reason. Just going to come over here, keep out of the way. Everyone taking damage. As I said before, this is quite a big dungeon. Throwing a Renew on the on the mage, I'm sorry. Casting Heal on the tank, Slam the Cow. Oop, coming after me. Dispel myself. There's the boss himself now. So I'll just try and keep the tank alive with my heal spell. Put a Shadow Word Pain on the boss, helping out with the DPS a little bit. Casting Smite, oops. Fading, I couldn't dispel their fear there. Standing at the back. Using Heal on Slam the Cow. Someone's pulled scorpions. Loot the boss. Kill the scorpions. Well, they had to die anyway. Okay. Onwards and upwards. Stand here and I'll cast Heal. Heading up there, I think we've got another 2 or 3 bosses still, but they're all close together up here. Once again, Monk taking a lot of damage, not sure why. That's the mage casting a spell that flashes a lot there. It's a little bit annoying on the eyes, to be honest. Okay, let's head up here. Throwing a Renew on the tank. Okay, this is looking like a very big pull. No, he's coming around. I've got a spam heal on him to keep him alive. It's a pretty good line of sight pull overall. Now he's just running into the back. This is the boss. I'll stand up here away from the fight. Try and keep the tank alive with heal. Cast a renew on these guys. Flash heal on the tank. Now just normal heal. Just throw a renew on him. Quartermaster Zigris. Listed as a rare. Not really sure if he is a rare. I think he's always here. Loot that guy. Somehow he's gone behind the crates for some reason. Okay. Another pet, which I already have. Okay. Another boss down here. The dog boss. So called because it's basically a giant dog. Line of sight pull. Spamming flash heal. Another dog is going to come down these stairs in a minute. This is Halicon. Not sure how you say that. Here comes next boss. Got some braces there. Level 29. I'll equip those after this fight. Gizrul the Slavener. Just standing behind the tank here. I'll use flash heal. Okay. Put my new braces on. This is another one of those areas where you can overpull very easily. And because there's casters, it's hard to gather them all up. Oops, got knocked back there. Spamming flash heal on the tank. Calling for help there. I've just gone up another level. I've got Dispel Magic. Purify. Spamming heal on the tank. Cast a renew on Barry and Jax. Kill that guy before he goes and gets help. Gotta be careful not to fall off the edge here. Lost count of the amount of players who've fallen off the edge just there. Very easy to do. Heading up to the final boss room. The final boss is a dragon. Close my bags. Taking up screen real estate. Looting. Crossing a bridge up here. Need to kill the ogre. Okay, the tank's on the move. Gotta keep up. Cast a shield on the tank. The shield is very weak. Doesn't really protect the tank from much damage. Just spamming heals on the tank. It's a nice big heal there. Okay, coming up to the final boss. Top. Cast levitate on myself. As you can see, I'm levitating. This final boss has some fancy move that shoots you up into the air. There's also a part of the fight where you get ads joining you. This is Overlord Worm Thalic. Spamming heal. Renew on the hunter. Flash heal on the hunter. Don't know why he took so much damage there. I think they're getting shot up into the air. Spamming heal. Boss is almost dead. The mage ice blocked there for some reason. And we are done. Okay. Well, that's the end of that. Let's thank the group. And we're going to log out of the dungeon now. Or do I have to hand in? Teleport out? See if I can teleport back in and hand those quests in. It's a bit of a strange part of the game where you have to go all the way back to the start of the dungeon to hand the quests in. That's really it. Okay, well, we've come to the end of this session. I'd like to thank you for joining me. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I hope you join me again soon. Bye for now.